Very good. I am sure I almost saw horns that time. You've advanced so quickly. What would you like to try next? Our queen will be very proud to see your progress. You are already a talented sorcerer. May I see you breathe fire again? Excellent. A truly fearsome display. How are the wings coming along? No, I do not see any buds between your shoulders. I'm afraid I do not know how to advise you. I can only tell you what I see. I believe our queen is up the passage near the entryway, but something tells me she is not alone. Her guest must have arrived. Oh, I fear I may have spoken out of turn. Perhaps you should stay here. Maybe we can practice the teeth again. You managed to sharpen them a bit yesterday. Let's try again. Please, human. Come back. The queen is not going to like this.
Hello, dear friend.
Oh, by the ancients, it is you. Come here and embrace me, you old firebrand.
You're one to talk. Firebrand. My, you're looking vibrant. Do I perceive a bit more red in your scales, goddess?
Hush, brother. I have missed you.
What has made you so sentimental? You haven't called me brother in 800 years.
I need your help. I need counsel.
Would this have anything to do with the rumors I've heard? Funny you mention counsel. Igris tells me you haven't attended a meeting since... he couldn't remember. Do you really mean to tell me there hasn't been a dragon at the council for so long? Red. What happened to you? And what on earth is going on in the forest? Did you know you had a Seelie treehouse on your doorstep?
Oh, yes. It's a long story.
In case you forgot, sister, I am a dragon. I love a long story.
Of course. Make yourself at home, then, and I shall tell you everything.
First, why did you send for me?
You won't like it.
Oh, sister, not again.
I need what I need.
It can only end in heartbreak for one of you, or worse, for them.
No. I refuse to accept that. There must be a way. This one is different.
You expect too much. They're weaker. It's just a fact. They're not built to withstand the centuries. They cannot weather the pressures and forces of the mountains, nor of time. They can hardly resist their own caprices. But then, you've modeled yourself after them, haven't you?
I beg your pardon.
Do I speak wrongly, sister? Or have you succumbed to the fleeting passions of the humans you so love? You're more like them every time I see you. Does anything remain of the draconic in you?
You would do well to remember your place, brother.
Is that why you've summoned me for? To put me in my place? Or is it because I'm the only poor sap who truly knows you? Would you rather I scrape and bow for you? Your Majesty, the Red Dragon, Goddess, your ladyship. Or did you fetch your broodmates so that I might challenge you. Come now, Red. Admit that you've forgotten yourself, that your obsession with humans has driven you away from your kin, that you no longer desire to watch over the heart of the mountain.
I will do nothing of the sort. I called you here for one thing, and one thing only. And guard your tongue going forward, brood mate. You'd like to try your claws at challenging me, at staying here yourself, holding vigil. Are there not enough hunters scurrying around, picking us off one by one? You'd go so far as to unseat me.
Oh, Red, not everything is a veiled threat. As much as you'd like to think that it's the other way around, the humans have twisted your mind. What is it about them that draws you in?
You wouldn't understand, my silver-scaled sibling. They are more beautiful than any gem any of us has ever collected. I stare into their eyes and see the hopes and horrors of their ephemeral life flickering across their imagination, more fervent and wanton than any of our tired old fires. Their lives are short, and their hides are soft. They are more fragile than butterflies.
Your Majesty exaggerates.
I do not. Their precious minds hold the wistful dreams of less than a century's worth of years, and their hearts can be broken so easily. They are such complicated creatures.
Ah, you love them.
I do, but I cannot suffer again. My jewel.
I am at your service, sister, my queen.
Thank you. What do you know about transmogrification?
Not this. You haven't instructed them in magic.
I have, and I will continue to do so.
I won't have any part in this.
Then you have come here for nothing, brother. This is my only request. Advise me. That's an order.
Well, who am I then to disobey? Short of undoing what you've already done.
Which shan't be taking place.
You might visit the Centaurs.
Really?
They may be able to fortify your human with a harvest from the earth. And Acamar still owes you a favor, does he not?
Quite right. Yes, the Centaurs.
Are you ever going to introduce me to your new prize? Or am I only here to be subservient?
Treasure, would you like to meet an old grey dragon? Yes, my love, I knew you were there. Come out. It's all right. You know you're safe by my side.
So, you're what all the fuss is about. I'm not about to explain to you why your mistress should go see the Centaurs. It sounds as though you already know too much about magic as it is. This human of yours is the most impertinent little sorcerer's apprentice I've ever seen.
I know. I'm so proud of you, Treasure. Grey, you see how much fun they are. You should try it someday.
Perhaps once you've worked out the problem of the expiration date. Sister, When have I spoken falsely? You may grouse at me, but until then, it would be wise for you to keep your temper in check. Your human is quite fine. Yes. Strong. Pleasing to the eye and brimming with magical potential. But a human is still not but a human. As you said, more fragile than a butterfly.
Oh, my brother, you look, but you do not see. Treasure, do not listen to him. He doesn't understand how wondrous you are.
I understand enough, sister. Well, human, how is it you came to live here? Did Her Majesty swoop you up unexpected from some village? Really? So far from home? And why was that?
Exactly. And now you're here with me. Someone who finally appreciates you, who loves you, who will always take care of you.
You're too far gone, sister.
I'm telling you, brother, you should try it. But you'll have to find one of your own. This one is mine, my darling, my dearest, my treasure. Will you stay for supper?
I've quite suddenly lost my appetite. Human, you aren't afraid she'll eat you someday.
Oh, Gray, you've grown a sense of humor in your old age. I shan't be consuming my little love. But that doesn't mean I can't have a taste later, does it, treasure?
I heard that.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Good luck erasing it from your memory. I know I will cherish the thought.
Oh, Your Majesty has taken leave of her senses.
Weren't you listening? I promise to indulge all of my senses. Later, treasure, I'll meet you down in the cave. I have a few more things I must discuss with this old grey dragon. Wait for me, will you? Very good. Now, what do you suggest I ask of Acamar? He hasn't been terribly helpful in the past, and I'm not looking forward to coaxing the information I need out of his stubborn hide. Treasure, are you there? Come to me. Let me embrace you again. Yes, I shall have to go and see. But it may help us. Every day you grow closer to changing your form. We've seen the traces. I know you have it in you, my darling. Oh, do not worry your pretty head, dearest. I shall take care of everything. You must only practice. Continue to learn. I shall remove every obstacle. Nothing will prevent you from experiencing a dragon's lifetime. You will have a share of my powers. You will stay with me forever. I shall see to it. Stay close to me now. We have much to do, but it starts here, with you and me.
You know, the thing I love about you is that once we take off all that armor of yours, you're really quite soft.
I'm not soft.
Oh, I don't mean your muscles. No, my love, you're very strong. I meant your skin. You're incredibly touchable.
You don't think you might be exaggerating just a little because you spent too long in that palace by yourself?
No.
Why else would you put up with someone like me?
Other than your looks. Because you're brave and strong and selfless. And I'm falling deeply, deeply in love with you, my hunter.
I love you,
Zora, can I ask you something? You don't have to tell me. This scar on your belly, it isn't a bite mark, nor a claw. What happened?
My parents were good dragon hunters. Probably the best, but my father was a harsh teacher. He always said, "What the hell was that?"
Oh, someone's here.
Where's my... Hyacinth, where are my daggers?
Don't worry, it's a familiar presence. A friendly one. Caster, is that you?
Oh, shit. Fuck. Castor, you could have knocked, you know. We're not dressed... hi. Pass my shirt, please.
There you are, my love.
Are you going to put something on? The Castor shouldn't be getting a free show here.
Oh, nothing for free, Sora. Caster, if you're going to continue to look at me like that, you'll owe us the pleasure of your company.
Would you cover up?
Yes, but first, tea.
Tea?
Yes, that's why you're here, isn't it, Caster? Exactly. You see, Sora, my love, they always come for tea. Ooh, and we certainly need it. That was quite the cold breeze you let in here. Ooh, one doesn't expect it to be so chilly this late in the season. Oh, well.
Hi, that's why I was thinking you would put more on than just that.
Oh, do you not like it?
No, you look, it's cold, and I don't want you to...
Well, that's what the tea is for, silly. Now, Caster, while I bring the water back up to a boil, smell this one. And tell me if you think I haven't sorted it by now. It just took some time to get to know the local berries here, and I acquired some dried juniper from the villagers on my last visit. The blend is a bit spicy, but what do you think? Lovely. Oh, I believe that water's ready. Sora, are you having tea?
Yes, please.
All right.
What are you staring at?
Sora!
Sorry, I just meant... You were staring at me.
Oh. Well, I imagine they're just marveling at your physique. Caster, you've never seen her out of her armor, have you? Sora, you really are. Stunning. Don't you agree?
Thank you.
I'm glad you finally accepted it yourself, my love. How's the tea, Caster? Am I getting better? Do you feel warmer? Good. Now, is it true there was another dragon here in the mountains? Oh, and you met him. What was he like? Oh, well, Sora's not going to...
Actually...
All right. Caster, you'll have to come back and tell me all about it. What about tomorrow? A journey?
What?
Where?
No, you're not running off with that dragon. Not without us. Because I don't trust her, Caster.
Sora, no.
What? You're right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, we were talking about you when you weren't here. It's just that Sora, I mean, we're, both of us, worried about you. Oh, no, please don't misunderstand. Sora and I feel a bit differently about it, but we both want you to be safe.
Because she's a dragon and a sorceress, I mean, sorry,
I'm not offended. I'm hardly a sorceress. But anyway, Caster, you must be careful about giving yourself to a dragon. I know it's not my place to tell you what to do with your heart, but Sora's right.
Told you.
About Queen Ruby being very powerful. Too powerful for you to know for sure how you really feel. Unless you're free of her. Well, here, for one thing, my magic is incompatible with hers. It doesn't mix. And this is my home. The spirit of the tree surrounds us. The moon blesses us through the branches.
Caster, you can't honestly think a treehouse would normally be this warm. Not if humans built it. It's magic. She's not a sorceress. Hyacinth is a fae. It's fairy magic, not sorcery. She doesn't control, she asks. And, even the trees do what she wants, because she's so gentle and beautiful and... Shut up!
Oh, Sora, don't be embarrassed, my sweet hunter. I love it when you get carried away. You don't know this, Caster, but Sora has quite a way with words. When she's relaxed. On that note, I finished my tea. Have you? Caster, come sit with us. On the bed.
What?
Yes. They should get to know you. As I have.
Caster, you don't have to,
Sora, I've got it. Caster, are you all right with this? What do you want? Do you want to touch her? She's so very touchable. All right. It's all right. How about this?
Oh, fuck, that smells good. What is that?
Just a little potion to soothe your body, to ease your aches and delight your senses. May I?
Yes. Please.
I'll do this, but Caster, look at Sora's hair, all loose and tumbling over her shoulders. Isn't she beautiful? Shh, Sora, you are. Now, Caster, take the brush from the bedside table. And you, Sora, let us take care of you. Sora worries so much.
Nice.
Always planning and strategizing.
Really? Okay.
Deep down, she's very, very flexible. Aren't you, my beautiful one?
I guess, sure, I'm athletic if that...
No, my love. I mean, how much you've adjusted. You've adapted. And you can bend your body into all kinds of interesting shapes.
Hi!
You really should see it, Caster. She's amazing. Oh, why shouldn't they know? We talked about this. Is this still what you want, Sora? Are you being bashful? Or have you changed your mind?
No, this feels good. I'm just, please, Caster. This is what I wanted. Yeah. That would be nice. Not too tight, though. No, if the braid's too tight, I can't think, and also I'm kind of enjoying it, because I'm a little more,
Relaxed.
Yeah.
I know. Sora, my love. Would you like the caster to stay? Oh, well, I would never dream of taking you from Her Majesty the Red Dragon. That would be very foolish of me. But if you wanted to, here in my home, it's really your choice, isn't it? Would you like to stay? As long as you like. We're flexible. Both of us. Aren't we, my love?
Oh. The air is crisp, but I can feel springtime in my bones. Do you? Your senses are... I apologize. We are on our way to find the means to help you transform. Your senses will be as keen as mine someday. Someday soon. I do not spend much time with the centaurs. I find them too inscrutable for my taste. Treasure, you brazen little imp. I accept the designation. I am inscrutable. It's true. But you've never met a centaur. I expect you'll find me to be rather an open book after one conversation with them. Of course we can stop. Well, they are expecting us before sundown. Another hour or so. But whenever we arrive is when we're meant to. I am a queen, and the title does count for something. They would never dare to accuse me of being anything less than punctual. Let us make camp, then. We'll need a fire. Oh? Show me. Ah, very good. My turn. Shall we curl up together? Really? Well, I don't know that I've ever dreamed up a winter wardrobe. Give me a moment. Oh, yes. These things take more than just a snap of the fingers. Oh, treasure, you know I must be thoughtful about how I adorn my body. Why, for you, of course. For your benefit. If I am to take human form, I want more for you than only the texture of my skin, my hair. I want you to be able to touch. Warm wool and silk brocades. Feel the tickle of fur from my coat as I draw near to you. Isn't that what you want? I certainly could. I would be warm enough without any of it. All right, then. Yes, I've conceived of a coat in my mind's eye. Back in a flash. Oh, are you satisfied? Really? And what would satisfy you? Come here. Speak close. Whisper it to me like a secret. Oof! Oh, treasure, what are you doing? Oh, I see. Sitting on top of me. That's the mood you're in. All right, then. Now that you've got me here, what would you do with me? Make it quick, my darling. Your knees in the snow. You'll soon catch cold. What? I knew it. I knew it. I never should have let you wander into that Seelie's house. Oh, she plays innocent, but she's powerful in her own right. Just look at how quickly she turned you away from me. How deftly she stole your heart. What did she do? Bat her eyelashes at you? Or was it a love potion? Ah, oh yes. Oh, treasure. Of all the stories of the Fae, I thought humans knew that one. Never consume anything they give you to eat or drink. What was it? Oh, how delightful. Tea for two. Oh, more than two of you. How many, treasure? Did you give your body away, or only your heart? No, we do this here. Yes, the back of my coat is cold and wet. But put your hand here, on my chest. Warm, isn't it? Now, stay here. You've got me pinned, haven't you? Now, come closer. Oh, treasure. My strength doesn't dissipate because I've changed form. I'm still me. Now, I'll let go of the back of your neck if you swear to me you'll stay out of that treehouse. Really? Oh, my dearest. I didn't want to do this. My eyes are blue in this form, but it's a nuisance to have to show you the flame like this. No, I just want you close. Let me tell you something. Closer. You can't trust the Fae. They're deceptively sweet. They'll go out of their way to make you happy until they steal you away back to their court. Ah, doesn't she? Secrets. I'm sure she has a few. For instance, what was it she took from the Griffin's palace before I burned it to the ground? Oh, treasure, are you playing games with me? You expect me to believe you don't know. Fine then. It seems we're at a standstill. Although neither of us is standing. What do you want? You have me here, and I have you. Did you want to leave? Or did you want to become as powerful as I am? It feels good, doesn't it? Conquering me. Leaning over me like that. No. I left the cloak open for you. Do you like what you see? It's hard to walk away, isn't it? With the promise of power within reach. Right here between your... What would you do with me, dearest? Treasure. I thought you might. Good morning, my love. My treasure. Oh, yes. I had to make a tent. You would have frozen. This beautiful skin would have turned blue. We can't have that. Yes. Stay close to me. I'll keep you warm. My dearest, you were so angry last night. How exciting it was. I don't mind, you know. I love you just as you are. And humans, well, you're known to flit from one emotion to another very quickly. No, it's a blessing and a curse. We tend to mull things over. The only thing that seems to rip me from my reverie is when you're in danger. Suddenly my vision goes black. I feel the flame within me rise up. I reach out and hope that I can pull you in again, as I had to yesterday. Oh, treasure, I tried to give you every impression of ceding control. Indeed, I liked very much tussling with you on the ground. The mix of cold snow on our bodies, tangled up in our clothing. And the heat, delicious. Indeed, I was in control, to an extent. But you, I care for you to the point that my mind would give itself over to madness, simply to keep you safe. I would submit to any humiliation for you to stay close. I can't lose you, dearest. I shall give you whatever you want. Yes, you do. And so, it seems we must get dressed and continue on to the clearing. Yes, you see, down there, halfway to the valley, the megaliths. That is their temple. Oh, and you must call it a temple. Centaurs get terribly flustered when their magical practices are not given the reverence of a religion. Shall we? Oh, you do? Oh, treasure, it would make me only too happy to hold your hand in this form. As we get closer, I shall need to transform into my more intimidating self. But at least for now, take my hand. Treasure. Oh, you do amuse me. Tell me another one. Yes. The trees are much older here. New trees, strangely, do not grow in the presence of the Centaur's magic. A few too many explosions, I imagine. Now, wait, here, behind the stones. I know you do, but in order for them to cooperate, I must respect their customs. Centaurs are finicky creatures with unbending rules of etiquette and order. Frankly, I do not know if a human has ever set foot here. No, dearest, it may be no trouble at all, but still, let me go ahead of you. You shan't have to stay here for long, I promise. Will you wait for me, my darling? Very good.
Ah. Your Majesty graces our temple with her presence.
It is my honor, Acamar, to be welcomed among you. I come with a request.
And that is not all. You bring a human with you, my lady.
Yes. My question is particularly relevant to them.
Call them forward into the grove, Majesty, and we shall see what I can make of them.
Before I do that, I need assurances.
Assurances of what?
You and your kin are not to capture my companion and keep them as some specimen in a jar. Is that clear?
We haven't kept specimens in jars for decades, my queen. Only solutions and powders and the like. And why would we need to examine your human? Beyond a cursory once-over, of course.
Never you mind. But were you to look at them more closely, you wouldn't be the first creatures to covet something of mine. You heard about the Sky Palace, I assume.
Oh, yes. The Griffin Queen did indeed fly too close to the sun. Your Majesty's justice was to be expected, just as you might expect that any guest in our temple would need to undergo inspection. Surely you don't begrudge me a closer look at your human pet. Oh, perhaps you do. Human, come out and meet me. You have nothing to fear here. No harm will befall you. We are simply a curious people. We seek to understand the workings of the earth and the universe, and you... Oh, yes. As she said, one who has the honor of attracting the attention of Her Majesty the Red Dragon is certainly worth a second look. And yet I have not had the benefit of a first. May I?
If you must.
Your Majesty, if your question has anything to do with this human's magical potential, then I will need to approach them and see.
Fine.
Thank you. Fascinating. Extraordinary. Your magical signature is quite potent. I've never seen anything like it in a human. In fact... Majesty, what have you done?
Watch yourself, Acamar.
I beg your pardon. I do not mean to assume anything. I mean, have you granted this human... Are you sure we should discuss this in front of them? Human, perhaps you would like to explore the temple grove. I advise you not to touch anything at our work altars, nothing in a bottle, but you may look wherever you like. Your eyes can do no damage here.
No, dearest, we aren't hiding anything from you, merely trying to protect you. Go, see the wonders of the Centaur's science. They have made many beautiful things. You'll enjoy it, I'm sure. I won't stop you from listening, but I beg you, direct your glittering eyes to the potions and powders on display. There. Let me bear the burden of this knowledge for you. Do as you will, then.
Majesty, did you...
Did I what?
Come to the ruins with me? Please? Give me truth, Your Majesty.
What sort of truth?
Look to the runes and tell us what you want with this human.
What do you mean by that?
Dragon. Everyone wants something.
I want nothing more than their company.
The owls have shown us visions of the past. This is not your first human pet.
Companion.
Fine, companion. What happened to the last companion, Your Majesty? Why should we help you when you were so careless before?
How dare you? How dare... Just help me.
You ask too much of them, my lady. A human cannot be a dragon. It does not matter how much of your draconic grace you transfer to them. They will go mad trying to change for you. Now please, give me truth.
What truth? What kind of truth must I give you to pay into your runes and charge your blasted gazing pool?
What do you want with them? Why are you so determined to help them turn?
I do not do it for me. Not only me.
Give me truth, Your Majesty. I can do nothing with lies. Especially not the lies you tell yourself.
As a dragon, they could live.
As long as you?
Yes.
And what else?
I would know for certain that...
I see. In that case, what would you ask of us?
There must be some element, something pure from the ground that would help them turn. Have you not discovered a compound that facilitates transmogrification?
My lady, altering the internal chemistry of a living being is extremely dangerous.
Yes, but with my powers to assist, to protect them, it could be done.
We could try. I will speak with my kin, and we will send you home with our best. I owe you that much.
How is the little one?
Already the best archer in our tribe. We're very proud. This is why, Your Majesty, I must urge you to be cautious. I know what it means to lose someone so close, as do you. Are you sure you want to do this? Are they sure they want to do this?
Give me what wisdom and discoveries you have. I will oversee their careful administration.
Your wish is my command, my lady. But I pray you do not regret your wish.
Relax a bit, my darling. You've already breathed fire. And your eyes, they look just like mine. Remember, you are now fortified with minerals from deep within the mountain, perfected by the centaurs, blended just for you. And I've added a dash of my own magic, of course. We just have to convince your bones that they can do it. They can lengthen and grow and... You did it. Your shoulders. Oh, treasure, I saw it. The beginnings of wings. How do you feel? Oh, my dearest. Oh. Come here to me. Oh, you look exhausted. I've pushed you too hard. Fair. You've done rather a bit of it yourself. But I know why. Yes, you want to command the elements. You want to take the form of a dragon. You want to fly. Tell me, my love, what color would you like your scales to be? Oh, how exquisite you will be. Indeed, how exquisite you already are. But we haven't had one of our number in quite that shade in many years. Not since it became the fashion for humans to hunt us. Speaking of which... Yes, I know she frequents the princess's treehouse. As it seems, do you? Oh, my love, I will not stop you. I can deny you nothing. And so, to grant you a few associations just beyond the entryway to my home here, it doesn't trouble me as much as it might if I were anything less than what I am. Jealous? Oh, would you like me to be? Very well. I'm incredibly envious of all the time you've been spending with that little fairy princess and her huntress lover. There. Is that better? Oh, treasure, it's not a lie. And it's not a joke. I do feel ire, rancor even, but never towards you. And as I've said, my emotions do not boil. They simmer. I would rather the two of them didn't have their minds set on turning you against me. I have proven myself to you before, and I will do it as often as I must. Was it not apparent? Because I love you, you silly thing. Oh, I see. That is understandable. Lady Hyacinth would not be so distrusting as the hunter. Poor Sora. She would like to believe that there is good magic and bad magic. Some humans do think that way, but it is an oversimplification. Seelies live among magic. It's in their very being, just as it is in mine. It comes from the earth, from the eternal flame. Quite right. They are also moon-blessed, the dear little things, although they are meddlesome. Oh, I don't want to trouble you with terrible tales. Treasure, you'll never sleep. Fine. You're incredibly stubborn, you know. I do love that about you. Well, the Seelie, long ago, overreached. They live long lives, as do dragons. But only the guardian of the flame ever takes on true immortality. And even so, one does grow tired, eventually, as I am sure I will someday. Oh, don't worry, dearest. Not for centuries, I promise. But it is fascinating how all the other creatures, the mundane and the magical, seek to extend their lives beyond the natural course of things, and that is where the Seelie went wrong. Oh, long before your friend was even born, but I remember. I was young and very quick. You should have seen me, my darling. I could slither and vault among the rocks faster than a cobra. Yes. But I'd much rather have wisdom than speed. And I should never wish to return to the past if it would mean forsaking you, of course. Well, the Seelie priestesses many years ago, they flirted with necromancy. They never succeeded, of course. They could not bring the dead back to life. Believe me, if anyone could. Exactly. But they did create something terrible. Something between life and death. Fortunately, they only experimented on animals, but still the result was... My darling, I pray you never encounter one of those abominations, the lightless ones. Well, that is one reason for the estrangement between the Fae and us. Oh, well, the other reason is really on their part. An old prejudice. But you might have it too if you lived in a tree. Seelies don't go in much for fire, you see. and where there are dragons. I don't know exactly when the humans began to turn on us. For so long you revered us. Some still do, as you know. But I do wonder. Many of my kind took to their lairs, tucked themselves away with their hoards and their gems and their gold. And they stopped visiting the people they meant to protect. Oh yes, ever since my ancestors discovered we could master the forces of magic, they agreed that we should be protectors of the earth itself and all the creatures in it. We are the most powerful, and so we must use our strength and our sagacity to guide and guard you all. I believe some have forgotten our purpose, but I never did. Humanity, in particular, has always been close to my heart. Oh, you fascinate me. I know you heard me talking to my brood mate. Should you like to hear me flatter you again, treasure? Shall I spin romantic rhymes at you until you drift away to sleep? Oh, my darling, your curiosity, your imagination. Don't mistake me, though. You are special to me. You are not just one human among many. You are mine, and I am yours. My heart called to you over the mountains, on the voice of the wind. You told me why you left, but should it take me another 1,000 years, I will do everything I can to find what you need to heal what broke in you. Yes, anything, anywhere. Dearest, it isn't merely a play on words when I call you my treasure. You did realize that. You are precious to me. I have no need for diamonds or gold. Were I not entrusted to keep watch over the source of all the world's magic, I would give it all up for you. Why? Why? Oh, darling, do you still not know? I had a suspicion this was the other reason you wanted to transform yourself. To match me, dragon for dragon. To be sure, you want to know, as do I. If you really love me, or if I've simply bewitched you. Can either of us be certain, my darling, or will you always doubt me? Will you always doubt yourself? I can no sooner stop myself from willing you close to me than I could stop kindling a spark within me. But regrettably, it blinds me to what your true intentions might be. Fear, I suspect. I fear that you might leave, that I might lose you. And that is why I call you treasure. why I say you are the dearest to me. I mean it. You would cost me everything. I would give everything to keep you. I don't know. Do you want to leave me? Oh, treasure. Oh, what? Well, I give you my word. I am not exerting any magical influence on you at the moment. You are free to answer as you will. I ask again, do you want to leave? Treasure? Yes, I was afraid. I have not felt such fear since I saw you laying unconscious on the floor of that throne room. Please, I beg you, never do it to me again. Promise me, treasure. You will promise, won't you? Good. And you'll spend a little less time in the treehouse. I'm sure anything Lady Hyacinth might offer you, I could match it and then some. I'm glad you agree. That's enough resting for me. What would you like to do now? Shall we go for a glide and see if the snows are all gone? Oh, treasure, only if you want to. I do wonder if you may be working yourself too hard. Come, let us go and have some fun. A bit of inspiration and fresh air may do you some good. You know, I no longer collect precious stones, but these little things are rather growing on me. You seem to like them. Do humans hoard them at all? Interesting. But if you would like a hoard of books... Ah, yes, a library. Then we shall have it. Of course, dearest. Anything for you. I shall have to take precautions. So much paper in a dragon's lair. The question is, would you prefer to acquire them the long way, or shall we summon them by magic? Ah, marvelous answer. Both, of course. Tomorrow I shall fly you down near the village. In the early morning, though, when they won't see me. Well, it's the market day, and I should think there might be peddlers selling... Oh dear, this can't be good.
A good day to you as well, Majesty.
I simply meant that an unannounced visit rarely bodes well. Who are you?
Theeamin, Your Majesty. The arch-alchemist sent me. Yes, Acamar. How nice for you, human, to be so familiar with magic folk that you find yourself on a first-name basis with the High Priest of all Centaur kind. Of course, you keep company with her ladyship, so you must be exceptional in some way. So exceptional, in fact, that you needed our help to perform a simple change spell.
I will thank you kindly to show respect to my companion.
No disrespect intended, Majesty. I merely wonder at this human who can manage to win the heart of a dragon, and yet cannot transmogrify themselves beyond the eyes and teeth alone.
Was there a reason for your visit?
Of course, my lady. Acamar has instructed me to check on your companion's progress. He had concerns that the compound would not be effective. Of course, that would have nothing to do with our aptitudes, but rather the limits of your human's lack of command of sorcery. Oh, it's not your fault. With only 2 feet, how could you be expected to feel the same connection to the earth, the source of all magic? You'd need at least twice as many, like, say, me, or the Queen here. 2 feet and shod at that. It's amazing you have any sense of the arcane at all, really. In fact, I've changed my mind. I'm impressed, human. Bipedal, and yet you can do party tricks. That's the most I've seen from any of your kind.
That's quite enough.
Beg your pardon, my lady.
I'm sure your master did not send you to mock and deride my beloved. You must have more important things to do with your time if you have sufficient leisure to act so haughty.
Of course. I'm here to take some measurements, with your Majesty's permission.
Measurements. Treasure, it's up to you. Would that be all right?
They are instruments of a lost design created by our ancestors. We no longer understand how they work, only that they work. They read your magical profile. No, it won't hurt. Just stand there. Don't move.
Well?
I spoke wrongly before. Your human is unique.
I've been sure of that since the moment I knew them. What did you find out with your little toy?
Their signature is strong, even without your influence, your Majesty, even without our science.
And so?
And so you're wondering why they haven't been able to change their form yet.
Was that not already clear?
Your Majesty, don't you think this conversation would be better had in private?
I do not. Say what you must.
Fine. Then please, just one more test.
Of course.
Oh, stay still, human. How am I ever going to get an accurate reading if you prance around like some kind of crazed dragonfly?
Some kind of what?
I mean, bumblebee, or rather beetle. By the fucking stars.
Serves you right. Now, treasure, behave yourself and let Theeamin examine you, would you?
There. Just as we thought. Acamar warned me about this. Your Majesty, you've been supporting your companion, augmenting their efforts with your own enchantments, is that right?
Yes.
If I'm correct, it's possible that may be counterproductive.
What?
Yes, poor thing is a virtual cesspool of different types of magic at this point, all mixing together. It's no wonder they haven't been able to find their own voice. It's murky, completely discordant.
You're mixing metaphors, Centaur.
Perhaps. But please, look through my glass. See for yourself, my lady. You see? Right there, emanating from the heart. They've got their own innate, fundamental abilities. The pulse. And then that fluffy blue cloud of... Shatterkite! What is that? Seelie magic? My stars. Ugh, how did that get there? Oh, you have been a busy little thing, haven't you?
Don't remind me.
Oh, well, that's already 2 varieties of magic, not to mention our contributions. You see that glittering on their skin? That's the effect of the mineral tonic. That, of course, will only enhance what's already there, but you see all the rest?
See what?
Is it possible you can't see it?
See what?
Your Majesty, those tendrils of smoke and shimmering red. Here, I shall adjust the lenses for you. Look.
No.
Yes, I'm afraid. Acamar warned me this may have been the case.
Treasure. Oh.
No, she hasn't done anything to you. It's quite clear Her Majesty would never mean to do you any harm. Well, how do you feel? Do you feel all right? And of course she hasn't done you any harm. That isn't what I mean. Honestly, human, are you really so foolish that you need someone else to tell you whether or not you're in a fit state? No, I hesitate to speak on her behalf, but I suspect her ladyship is suffering. Have you any idea what it must be like to have all the wisdom of a 1,000-year-old mystical being and still come to realize you've made a grave error?
But Treasure, he's right. I did. I'm the reason you haven't been able to. I'm so sorry. I was stopping you. It must have been so confusing for you. I pushed you forward and yet held you back. My love, I didn't realize.
Oh, really, human? As if it were that easy. Don't you think the Red Dragon, queen of all magic folk, could simply flap her wings and set everything to rights? If only it were possible. Well, no. You'll have to undergo purification before you can begin again. A month? A year? Longer, perhaps?
Oh, my love, I'm so sorry. But surely there must be something that could expedite the cleansing process.
Well, they are quite rare, but it's possible someone of your stature might have one. Would you happen to be in possession of a moonstone, Your Majesty?
I'm afraid not. Treasure, what was that look?
Oh.
She does, then. Treasure, you will be a dear and go and get it from her, won't you? We need it. You need it.
It is the fastest way for you to accelerate your command of magic. Well, I'm afraid one slightly awkward conversation with the Seelie in order to acquire one tiny little rock might be worth it in order to be able to pull off one of the most amazing feats of sorcery a human has ever achieved. What do you think? Now you're talking sense. Well, what are you waiting for? Run along, human. Go and get it.
Yes, treasure. Go. If you must. You're naturally charming, my dearest, but if you need to exercise a bit more openness to get what you need from her, you do so with my blessing. Now go.
My lady, there is one more thing.
I know. You needn't say it. I'm painfully aware.
Once the moonstone begins to work and the purification takes effect, your human will be completely lucid. Your enchantment over them will be broken.
I know.
You're sure you want to proceed?
There is no other way. My treasure is strong but fragile, and their desire to transform... You saw it, didn't you?
Indeed.
I must give this to them. I cannot hold them so tightly that I crush their spirit, but
My lady?
I fear...
That they would leave you.
No. Not really. I fear what I might do if they tried.
Oh, is there someone there? You needn't turn away. I was nearly finished. If you were on your way here to bathe in the brook, I should only be too happy to move along and let you... Oh, Caster, it's you. Well, in that case, there's nothing here you haven't seen before. Yes, would you be a sprite and hand me my dressing gown, please? Yes, there, on the willow branch. Well, I've tried to show the songbirds how to bring it over to me after my bath, but, you know, they really don't know how to work together. Of course they understand me, Caster. They just can't seem to agree. It's a bit like listening to you and Sora. Rather argumentative, but still a sweet song to my ears. Oh, Sora. She said she needed some time alone. A few days. All right, a week. I have been a bit lonely. It's been a long time since I've wanted to be alone. Will you walk me home? Well, that works out well for the both of us then. We're only on our way to the treehouse, so technically you aren't spending time with me there, so really you are honouring Her Majesty's request, aren't you? Oh, you know, this and that. I've gone down to the village a few times. I hesitate to use too much magic among the people, but little favors here and there can't do any harm, can they? Nothing much. Healing some minor aches and injuries. Carving a blessing rune on Flora's new home. Oh, you didn't hear? Yes, she and her childhood sweetheart. It's quite a charming little house, I think. You know the quay that juts out onto the lake just in front of her father's home? Yes, well, if you were to stand at the very end and look north, you know the funny little tree that looks a bit like... yes, like a hobgoblin. You know the one. Yes, well, they built the most darling cottage just next to it, and they dressed up the tree as a scarecrow and planted a vegetable garden around it. Oh, yes, they seemed very happy to me. Her father was absolutely beaming. Oh, Peregrine. Well, you know he's earned somewhat of a reputation. It seems ever since the Frimas Festival he's been the man about town. Unfortunately, that means there's a trail of broken hearts strewn throughout the village. I did have a talk with him, but I do wonder if my approach may have been a bit too soft. Perhaps you're right. I suspect if he thought Sora were coming to reprimand him, he might react differently. So, enough of my nattering. How have you been? You're looking well. Although, come to think of it, I haven't seen you since you and Her Majesty travelled on to visit the Centaurs. Tell me, is it true the augur owls shed their feathers there into the scrying pool? Is that how they know everything? It is? What do you mean? What has that got to do with me? That's so strange that you remember that. So much happened that day. And you noticed that one small detail. You didn't really see anything, did you? Oh. Well, it was an artifact that I had been holding on to. I didn't want it to fall to the griffin, so I ran back to take it with me. How did you know? Did Queen Ruby tell you? Did she know I had it? Casta, how could you tell her that about me? Was she angry? Oh, good. I can't just give it to you. Because it's not mine to give. It's a long story. All right. We're here. Did you want to come inside? Oh, I forgot. Fine. It's a beautiful day. Come and sit with me beneath my tree, and I shall tell you what I can. I told you I am an exile. Yes. Thank you for never pressing me to tell you why, but I suppose it's time. You have trusted me with so much. I took it. Yes, but I promise it was only just the one little stone, and we needed it desperately. You see, normally we Seelies live for, yes, a very, very long time. But my mother... I was only a little girl, and I was playing in the forest, and something emerged from the darkness and came toward me but she tried to stop it, and that's when it struck. She was trying to protect me, and it bit her, and the bite turned vile. She was sick for many years. But a moonstone has the ability to harness the healing powers of the moon herself and channel them into an earthly body, among other things, although they are very rare. Where did I... Oh, well, you know, Castor, it was my mother, and there are so few places that can be counted on for one to find valuable items and gems and the like, and you know, the nobility do have a tendency to talk amongst themselves, and so rumours do spread, you see, so it's rather possible that an attentive princess who listens to her elders at court might... Yes. I found my way into the White Dragon's hoard, and I stole it, using magic. No, I was too late. When I returned to the court, she was already gone. Yes, in fact, she did. She followed me home. She nearly burned down our entire settlement, but my father begged her for mercy. She did understand, but what I hadn't known, what I could not have known, fool that I was that Her Grace the White Dragon was ill herself and required the moonstone near her to live. And the moon went dark in anger. I'm not sure, but my father was furious, so ashamed. He banished me from court. He and the other elders set about making a fairy ring around the White Dragon to heal her. I'm not sure what became of it. I was so frightened and so distraught. I just packed up my things and ran before I had to face any of them again. Oh, yes. The stone. I hadn't realized. Sometimes, Castor, I do wonder about myself. You know I mean well, don't you? Yes, well, when I'd finally run far enough that I no longer recognized the trees, I stopped. I took stock of all the silly things I had thrown so carelessly in my bag. Yes, I did. Here it is. Such a small thing, but it changed the course of my life, as you now know. What does Her Majesty need it for? Is someone sick? I can help, you know. Seelies have very powerful healing magic. For most things. Oh, it's for you? Oh, Castor, you could have said that. You mean you just need to borrow it for a while? Purification? For what? Oh, how exciting. Oh, yes, transmogrification is very difficult magic. Even I can't shapeshift. Oh, I don't really change shape exactly for that. Well, it's a bit hard to explain. I do it instinctively. I'm still me, just lighter. Quite literally. My body becomes the blue light, but it's still my body. That's not what you're trying to do, is it? Oh, I see. Might I know what you're trying to change into? Costa, you're being so coy. You tricky little tease. How sweet of you to lighten the mood like that for me. Might I kiss you? Oh, yes, you may ask me a question instead. What would you like to know? Oh, the creature. The one who attacked my mother. No one would ever explain it to me. But I heard the elders use a word. Numenatra. I don't remember. No, it's as if my mind simply cannot hold the image. It's as if it were a... Yes, a ghost. Yes, Castor, I will still take a kiss from you. If you're willing to grant me one. And you may borrow the moonstone for as long as you wish. Of course. Here. I only want it back to see it return someday to her grace, provided she's still alive. I've been too afraid to find out. But I'm sure you're not, are you, Castor? You're so very brave and bright. I do so enjoy your company. Will you hold me, Castor, just for a while, until the owls begin to roost? Thank you. I hold a deep, deep affection for you, Castor. I should hope you were always this close. No, I'm not falling asleep. Maybe I am. Is that all right? What is it? No, there's no reason to be afraid. It's just a stone. I doubt you'll even feel anything. What do you mean? Oh. You worry you'll no longer feel anything for her. Castor. If I've learned anything from you, it's that one shouldn't be afraid of the truth. If Queen Ruby has enchanted you to love her against your own will, you'd certainly want to know, wouldn't you? He did he? No, it wasn't, I promise. I did not put a love potion in your tea. Castor, if this centaur, Theeamin, if he saw Seelie magic within you, it wasn't because of anything I did to you. You've been learning so much, and not just from Her Majesty. Yes. And so now it's time for you to use the moonstone to find your own voice. It really will. I know it. Deep down. Here. Why? Oh, why are you frightened, dear heart? Well, yes, I suppose the unknown is a bit scary, isn't it? And you'll have a choice to make. Freedom can be terrifying. It seems much safer to stay within the confines of one's own little world. But, Costa, if I may, I know from experience, tragedy can find you no matter how well you think you've protected yourself. No matter how much you close yourself off from knowing what's real. Better to go out and face it. And then it's you who decides. Not fate, not death, not enchantment. You.
Ugh. Damn it, Castor. I thought you were a deer. I have my ways. If you absolutely have to know, I shot a grappling hook into the tree and climbed up. Well, I don't know how you're going to get up here, but that's not really my problem, is it? I came out here to be alone, all right? Just go away. Oh, wow. Show off. I didn't know you could fly. Fine. Levitate. What's the difference? How did you know I was here? Oh. How is she? Is she okay? Does she miss... Never mind. I just needed to clear my head. I can't think straight. I can't think at all when she's around. She smells like flowers and honey and clean sheets and... She's just... Obviously, I'm falling for her, Castor. Is that all right with you? But I needed some time. I'm not used to being pinned in. I'm kind of an outdoor girl. But you wouldn't understand something like that, would you, treasure? I mean, you like being kept underground, in a cave. What was that look? You smirked. Listen, Castor, I wasn't gonna say this, but after that, after Hyacinth and you and me, I feel like I should be honest with you. I really think that dragon has you messed up. You're enchanted. Bewitched. Castor, look at me. I'm someone who relies on my instincts, okay? I trust them. Sometimes I'm a little impulsive, but at least I know they're my own. Are you sure about that? How do you know? What? It's just a white rock. Okay, Castor. I guess trust your little good luck charm or whatever. Your lucky rock. Oh, you're so weird. No. The deer's not gonna be for me. I need something from some people up at the summit, and I can trade meat for goods. I think they have what I need. None of your business. Sorry. I still don't like the fact you go back and spend all your time with that dragon. She probably magics your thoughts, and I don't want you knowing too much about my plans, because then she'll know. I don't like dragons because... Wait. Shh. 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 There. See him? Right there. The stag. Quiet. Damn it, Castor! You bumped my elbow. Fuck. No, I promise I actually do know what I'm doing. Ha! Very funny. I guess I'm just a joke to you, huh? Fine. What do you think I'm doing? I'm sharpening another arrow. Giving up is not an option. I need something from the people at the top of the mountain, and I need it today. What are you doing here, anyway? Well, I do miss her, but I have work to do, and I have no edge when she's around. I lose all of my... Yeah. And I need to stay sharp. Yes, to hunt dragons. I've gotten sort of used to having Big Red around for your sake, but that doesn't mean I don't want to take out every other sulfuric reptile that's picking off cattle from poor farmers who can't afford it. What do you think dragons eat, Castor? Grass, rainbows. They don't eat people, and they don't eat plants. When they're not burning down homes or terrorizing cities, they're stealing livestock and hoarding gold. That's what they do. And those are just the dragons who barely know magic. Oh, don't even get me started on that one. She's lucky I let her live this long. Yes, let her. I don't want anything happening to you. I care about you, Castor, and also, I love Hyacinth, and if something happened to you, it would break her heart, and that would break my heart, and you have no right to ask about them. What did she tell you? Not Hyacinth, that slimy red snake. What did she say to you? They did die in a dragon's cave. No. They were hunting the green dragon, and while they were stalking him, something else killed them. I don't know what. I never found out. Yes, I did, and I wear it proudly. Call it a souvenir. A reminder of what I owe my parents. Because it is his fault that they died. The coward laid a trap in the entryway of his cave to protect his stupid gold. A good beast hunter always has an exit strategy, but they couldn't have known they'd be penned in with something even more deadly than a dragon. Anyway, So is he. Can't help it, Caster. I hate dragons. All of them. Humans shouldn't have to live in fear like this. Me? Afraid. I don't know. What are you doing? I guess fine. Okay, first you can fly, now this. It's a pretty lucky rock, Caster. So what does it really do? You said it had something to do with you knowing your own mind again. Does it block the lizard's sorcery? Well, does it? Let me see that. Let me see it. Ugh. Caster, I'm not going to take it from you. I just want to understand. Wow. It's fine. But you seem like, your magic stuff, it's, stronger. More controlled. Is that the rock? Why would that be? You can tell me. Fine, don't tell me then. Go home, Caster. Go home to your dragon. No, I have to stay here. I have to wait until I have quarry again. Something I can trade for what I need. Listen, you don't want to tell me your plans? Fine. You don't get to know mine either. Get off my hunting ground before you catch an arrow. You're not funny. And I missed the deer because you bumped my elbow. I'm an excellent shot, Caster. I promise. Go home.
Oh, hello. Yes, I was just putting the finishing touches on supper. For all my blunders, it does turn out I have rather a gift for preparing a meal. Not something I learned in my father's court. But the villagers have been so kind to teach me. Oh, this? You're smelling rosemary and sage and wild onions, I think. Why, it's the quail that Sora felled just yesterday. Weren't you with her? She told me you were when she came by this morning to bring it to me. Is that not right? Oh, why yes, she's rather a good shot, my huntress. She is so precise. It's remarkable, her attention to detail. She has so very many skills. Oh, it was so good to see them. See her this morning. Anyway, it was very good of Her Majesty to let you come back so soon to see me. But I do hope spending the evening here in the clearing is less troubling than if we were to dine up in the treehouse. Sora? Oh, no. I'm afraid I couldn't convince her to share a meal with Queen Ruby. It was just too much for her. So, are you ever going to tell me what it is you're trying to change into? All right, I shall wait until she gets here. But eat up. You'll need your strength.
She's right, you know.
Oh!
Good evening, Lady Hyacinth. Treasure, are you ready? Other than having an empty stomach. No, I've eaten already. Just last week. I beg your pardon.
Oh, yes, you see, Your Majesty, many humans, Sora included, seem to be under the impression that dragons mainly eat animals that humans keep on their farms, but I'm sure she's mistaken.
She's not.
Oh.
Treasure, calm down. What did you think you were going to eat once you... That is to say, you're going to have to get used to the idea.
My queen, do you really mean that you've been consuming livestock from the village?
Moonborn, you have no right to interfere in my domain, let alone my stomach.
Oh.
You dare question me when you settled on my very doorstep and infiltrated the heart of my beloved.
What?
Do you deny you tried to take what's mine?
Your Majesty, I...
Tell me.
I do admit that I have admired and hold great affection for your companion. I would do anything for them, but take them. I beg you, Your Majesty, I have never bid them leave your side, I promise.
Oh, how the little fairy princess embroiders the truth. Your lies are easily masked by moonlight. Come into the glow of my fire. See if your tales can be believed. You thief.
Oh, Your Majesty, please.
Oh, indeed. Pray then, how did you come by the stone?
Well, it was... I did steal it from the White Dragon.
My sister. Little Seelie, skulking around the horde, the High Priestess of the Northern Coast. I underestimated you. My siblings are not as patient as I am with smaller, weaker creatures. Why would you take your life in your hands for such a fool's errand?
My mother was dying. Please, Your Majesty, I didn't mean to hurt her. I didn't know.
Ah, child, you have carried more than a stone all these years.
Please. Do you know, is your sister alive?
the opaline scion of the shores. She was plagued by a terrible curse, one beyond my magic. But rumor had it she had found some artifact that kept her alive all these centuries. My sister staked her life on a stone and then allowed a fey child to take it from her. The arrogance. Typical. I suspect she visited her wrath upon your settlement.
I do not know. My father and his advisors, they did stay her hand. They promised her healing, but I did not stay long enough to see. Please, is she alive?
Alive? Of course, child.
Oh!
Do you have any idea how stubborn a dragon can be? Especially Opal. Little one, listen to me. You have done right by me in bringing the moonstone precisely to this moment for this purpose. You must unburden yourself of all the trouble this stone has caused you. In serving my beloved, you have served me. For this, you have my blessing.
Oh, thank you.
But I command you, here and now, do not ever venture to take my companion
I
from
promise,
me.
Your Majesty.
If you do...
Please, let me. I will swear by my people's custom, if you will allow it.
Treasure, do not interfere. I am well aware that kisses and trinkets from a Seelie may be little more than a greeting. I am not concerned with kisses. My love, you forget. I see deeper and truer than you realize. This Fae and her human lover are conspiring against me. What?
Please, Caster, she's right. Somewhat, if you'll allow me, Your Majesty. I have never intended to steal your companion away. Ever. I promise. I cannot speak for Sora. Her thoughts on dragons are complicated, as you know. But I will swear to you, on my very honor, never to cross your plans or harm you in any way.
I'm listening.
May I approach, Your Majesty? As you said, kisses and trinkets are our way. In the hallowed light of the moon herself, I swear my love and loyalty to you, the Red Dragon, guardian of the eternal flame. I beg the moon to guard you as well, and reward you for your graciousness and your generosity.
I receive your blessing and your loyalty, and I ask only one thing further. That you do not speak of what you see this night with any other, especially Sora.
Oh.
Do you accept?
Yes.
Good. Treasure, you look so confused. Lady Hyacinth, you'll have to explain what you've done.
Oh, it's a kiss. A special kind. A kiss that stays. Well, yes. And someday, if and when she wants to, Her Majesty can exchange the little gem for a favor from the moonlight. Until then, it will stay there between her eyes. Well, it doesn't have to, I suppose. You could always move it somewhere else.
Is that enough of an explanation? Are you satisfied? This again. Treasure, I do not steal cattle from poor farmers. The town works collectively to make an offering to me, a gift of gratitude, and I travel much farther for my supper than the village in the valley. No, I have many secrets, dearest, just as you do. Could it be enough that you trust me? Might you believe that I offer the people something in exchange for what they provide? Yes, protection, warmth, sorcery, as it happens. They would be in great danger without me, and I would be rather hungry without their sheep. But mutton is not on the menu for you tonight, is it, my love? It smells divine. I've never heard of any Seelie cooking by hand. I dare say I'm impressed, Princess. Are you sure you aren't using any tricks?
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. No magic. Just some herbs and things I've been drying in... oh, you don't want to hear about that.
Someday, perhaps.
All right, then. Here, Caster. Eat up. Now, why is it you needed me here? I mean, of course, I'm happy to help however I can. I just didn't know...
I trust you told her what you're trying to do, Treasure.
Yes, but not what you're trying to change into.
Go on. It's all right. She'll find out soon enough.
Oh, my stars. Oh, I understand. Oh, well, if imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, oh, that's rather romantic, isn't it? Yes, flying is rather a lark.
Oh, Treasure. One thing at a time, my love. First, wings. Then you shall learn to use them. Do you understand your purpose here now, Hyacinth? And why I must trust you implicitly?
Yes, of course. I shall be ready to heal you. If anything, of course, nothing will go wrong. Caster, you are a very quick study. I've never heard of any human who could learn so many forms of magic. You are so receptive.
Yes. Come to me.
Oh, my queen, I didn't know you could, oh.
My love, it's time. Tonight is your moment, and I shall accompany you. I shall be beside you all the way. Yes, and you have your trusted friend here, should anything go awry. But it won't. I have you. We shall change together. Are you ready? You feel strong. You feel hot. Very good. Put your hand on my heart. Do you feel me? But this isn't about me. Not this time. I'm doing this all for you. I stand here not as your mistress, but as your guide. I issue no command. I merely lend you my bond to the eternal flame. Close your eyes. Keep your hand between us. Here, on my heart. What do you want to be? Will you let me in to see you? I shall spare you my spells, my influence. I only want to be close to you, to show you the way. But first, will you let me see the dragon self you've designed in your mind's eye? Splendor to behold. In all my years, I never saw any of us look so. I am captivated. Oh, your scales, the color of. By the fire, they change color in the light. Like an abalone shell. You are the most dazzling, impressive dragon I have ever seen. Oh yes. You command the magic, my love. Anything you can imagine can be real. For me, it begins in the throat. Try it. Swallow slowly. Feel the magic grow deep in the belly. This is where I shall help you. Only a little. Oh, I know. It's hot. But now, take it. It's yours. Your flame. Yes. Hold it there. Inside yourself. Stretch your neck up to the sky. Feel your teeth grow longer and longer into fangs. Plant your hands and feet firmly on the ground. Flick your tail against the brush and the grasses. Now, spread your wings.
Open your eyes.
Caster.
Treasure. Look at me. Yes. You are looking into my eyes. We are the same height, my dearest. Prepare yourself and look down. Oh, you've done it. Mm. Oh, my love. Mm. 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 Embrace me. Oh. Mm. How do you feel? Oh, you look good enough to. Well, you are exquisite. Clearly powerful and. Yes, entirely and quite thoroughly transformed. Oh, my dearest. No. Remember, returning to your first form is instinctive. Don't worry. You may even do it in your sleep tonight.
Yes, she's right, of course. You're very impressive, Caster. Quite big. And you've wings now. Oh, do you think... I might have a ride someday. Would you take me up to the clouds?
Really?
Oh, well, Your Majesty, you could see why I would never ask you to indulge such request, but please forgive me if I'm slightly more impertinent with my friend. I am, as you know, naught but a fey princess, and am newly free of guilt and shame. I'm bound to blurt out silly questions and cover your companion in daisy chains from now on.
Oh, dear. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I think it was better when I was furious with you.
Oh, thank you, Caster. That would be lovely. But I do think flying will have to be another day. If you're quite well. I shall be getting home to my hunter. Good night.
Shall we? Ah, a walk in the moonlight. We could sleep under the stars if you like. Very well. Home it is. I must admit, I was not sure how I would react to seeing you like this. But truly, it's as if nothing has changed. And yet, everything has. I told you you'd be hungry for more than quail in this form.
Here for tea? I'm so glad Her Majesty changed her mind about you dropping by after we had our little talk. Sitting in the clearing with you is fine, but I do hope to offer you better hospitality than that. What's that, sweetings? Oh, Caster, this is Stemony, and this, of course, is Mr. Ashdrum. I know they're small, but they can hear you. So sorry, little friends. Yes, they are a human. Oh, no. Unless... would it be all right if Stemony sits on your shoulder and looks in your ear? Pixies are very curious about all manner of holes, unfortunately. Oh. Yes, Mr. Ashdrum. I understand you were here first before my human friend arrived, and I will command a gathering of the other Notling chiefs, and we will resolve the status of your roof. I promise. Now, did you want to meet the caster at all? All right, then. What's this? Oh, you sweet old thing. Yes, I'll take it. Out the window you go. Goodbye. Well, it's a gift. For you. Notlings are a bit brusque in their manner sometimes, but very generous. It's a wooden coin. No, it's not worthless at all. You see the tree and the drum? That's the mark of his clan. This is worth a favour someday. Stemony, you wicked bug, bring that back here. It's not yours. Oh. She says if the human is some great wizard, you should go and take it from her. I shall advise you once more, as your princess, to return the token to its rightful owner, or you shall regret it. Fine then. Caster, do your worst. Only please don't hurt her. She's a nuisance, not a villain. Don't you dare. She says she plans to bite your hand. Oh, I assure you, little one, they can indeed breathe fire. Give back the coin. Well, I'm sure that was more than you bargained for. Tea? Oh, they usually avoid humans, but Sora has been away so much lately they've grown more accustomed to dropping by when they like. All the minor fae often need someone to adjudicate their disagreements, of which there are many. Usually quite silly, but then easily resolved. How are you? How's it been since you, Wonderful. I'm sure Her Majesty is so pleased. Was it you that I saw out flying yesterday? Yes, I thought so. Oh, of course. Happy to help. What is it? Ah, I'm sure it is difficult to surprise her, but... A romantic picnic. How sweet of you to plan such a thing. What do you need from me? A larder? Moonlight? I could call upon the glowworms and the lunar moths to make a bit of ambiance for you. Perhaps decorate with some flowers or... Oh, I see. Where could you go? What are you looking for exactly? Somewhere secluded, private, beautiful, dark. A cave, ideally, but something with water. Oh, I have just the thing. Oh, yes. Here. I'm drawing you a map. Well, it's magical, of course. Yes, it shall lead you exactly there. You shall need, I believe you can only arrive in your winged form, but you shall need to change back when you get to the entrance. It's very small, you see, but lovely. I discovered it only recently myself. Oh! So many visitors in one day. Lucky me. Oh, my stars. Oh, how beautiful you are, my lord. Caster, bow. Yes, it's not just an owl. This is an auger owl. Oh, what's this? Oh, my apologies, my lord. My human friend does not understand your language. Might I be so bold as to interpret on your behalf? Of course. He says he's here as an envoy from the High Priest of the Centaurs, and he's meant to arrive at this precise moment. Why, yes, I do think it's strange, but I would not normally deign to say so in front of such an auspicious guest. Yes, I see. Of course. We thank you kindly for the gift, my lord. May you soar safely home. Caster, 2 boons in one day. Although this is certainly the rarer of the two. An auger owl crown feather. Sora collects the downy ones off the ground and from abandoned nests for her arrows. But these are special. Oh, it's for you. I don't think it's for me to say, but he told me to tell you that Acamar wanted you to have it, and you would know the right moment to use it. How mysterious. What an interesting morning we've had. Now tell me, what are you planning for the menu for this picnic?
Treasure, you look wonderful against the clouds. So strong. You glide as if you've done it all your life. Now where are we going? You still haven't told me. I'm so intrigued. And you know what that does to me. When we land, I'm liable to... All right. I shall follow you. Be careful. Flying you've mastered. Landing is a different skill altogether. Interesting. No, in all my days I've never found my way here. These mountains are all casts, my darling. A dragon's dream, really. But that means there are countless chambers to explore. It would take several of our lifetimes to see them all. Perhaps this is an atrium linked to one of my larger caves below. But this one is new to me. Treasure, you're full of surprises. What happens next, my dearest? I'm ready. Ah, I see. All right then. Yes. Then human we shall be. Tell me, what would you have me wearing when I walk through this tiny doorway? Or is it my turn to surprise you? Do you like it? Not very much cloth to speak of, but it is my color. Your turn. Oh, darling, I'm just showing off for you. When you transform, I know you'll most likely be wearing what you had on earlier. At least for now. I may
amend that in a few minutes, shall we? Oh, ha, incredible. Your face by the light of the glowworms. And, oh, picnic. Charming. So many delights for the senses. And at the center of all of them, you are. A treasure. My treasure. You did this for me. Yes, a fine idea. Was this? This wasn't part of your little plan. It's beautiful, of course, but it's more than that. Dearest, do you know what this is? You've discovered a scrying pool. I thought that was the gift. No, you're gift enough for me. All of this is a wondrous surprise. Oh, I can't simply command it. Not everyone can use a scrying pool. They're capricious beings. Yes, beings. They have souls and ephemeral eyes, and some of them even speak, so I've heard. Even I have only been shown knowledge once from a scrying pool, a long, long time ago, when I was still practically a hatchling. A story for another time. But they don't like to perform for a crowd. You must exchange a token. Whatever it wants, but usually a feather from an auger owl will do. What? What was that? Treasure? Are you all right? Oh, shall we try? Not exactly how I expected to be bent over in a dark, mysterious place with you, but... very well. Here. Spirit of the water, what would you have us give you? Ah, as I suspected, it wants a feather. My treasure, how long have you had that? Well, that's serendipitous. Well, yes, throw it in. Spirit, may we ask you... Oh, I suppose you see only your reflection because it wants me to leave. You gave the feather. You get to ask the questions. It's all right. My curiosity is stronger than my desire. For now, I shall take the air for a few minutes and return. And when I do, after having spent time in the cold mountain winds, I shall require warming up.
Surprise!
Hi, Sue. Hi.
Hello.
How did you even find me?
Oh, are you angry with me?
No, of course not. I'm kind of in the middle of something important.
I can see that. I just wanted to see what you've been up to all this time. You've been away from home so much lately, and... What on earth is this? I've never seen you use an arrow like this before.
Don't touch that!
Ow! Ow!
I told you not to. Hi, Hyacinth. Love, are you hurt?
Not exactly. I only touched the fletting, but... Sora, why... There's dark magic here. Where did you get these?
Hyacinth, please go home. I'll see you later when I'm finished.
Answer me, please. Where did you get these arrows?
I can't.
Sora, my love, my beautiful huntress. You're so strong and so brave. Why can't you tell me?
I can't. I won't lie to you, but if I tell you, you're going to try to stop me.
Stop you? From what?
Go home, Hy. I have to do this alone. You weren't supposed to be here. I sent those little tree people.
Notlings.
Yeah, they were supposed to delay you.
Sora, do you mean to say... Were you managing me? Manipulating me?
I'm sorry.
Sora, wait.
What is it?
Someone is listening. We're being watched.
What do you mean?
Costa, is that you?
What?
Have you found a scrying pool somewhere?
Treasure? Did you see anything of interest? How strange. On a cliff, you say? And what were they talking about? Arrows and notlings. Yes, very curious. I should like to try something. Oh, ancient spirit of the water, please. It's not nearly as comfortable doing that in this body, but... May I offer you a gift, spirit? An orb of dragon fire, lit from the eternal flame at the heart of the earth. Would you like it? Here. Ha! Oh, look, it's you in your new, and if I do say, riveting splendor. But you're here. This is not a vision of the present. This is a prophecy. No, I do not know this tower, but someday you will go there, if you like. Thank you, spirit. I suppose that's all we're going to learn today. In any case, will you sit with me, treasure? Put your head in my lap, and I shall feed you these sweets you so cleverly hid here. Oh, prophecies are volatile, dearest. Yes, that was how I knew I was destined to become a great sorceress. It is tempting for all dragons to be lured by the shimmer of gems and metals, but when I was still only perhaps a few centuries old, my brother and I, you've met him, the Grey Dragon, we were, well, to be honest, we were feuding over a sapphire mine, and I fell deep into a valley and sprained my wing. Yes, I had to walk for miles along the river to find my way home. The valley was too narrow for me to climb up, even if I could fly. Oh no, Grey, look for me. Oh no, at that age we were both of us terribly selfish and greedy. He left me and took his sapphires. The dwarves who lived in the mine had a bit to say about it, but... Oh, yes, of course I did. I'm here, aren't I? The river wound its way down to a tiny little brook. I thought I was going to be lost forever, with nothing to follow, but there, at the end of it, was a strange little pond, and I looked, and it showed me. No, I did not see you then. One vision at a time, treasure. We mustn't spoil the ending. That wouldn't be any fun. What on earth was that? What was that?
I'm not sure. Sora, what are the arrows for?
Go home, Hyacinth. I can't. I have to do this. And I can't face you like this. I'm sorry. Please go. I'll try to explain it later.
I'm not leaving you.
Hyacinth, go home.
Sora, you're not going to hurt me. Put the dagger down. Talk to me. The arrows, it's not just a dark magic. They're cold. I can sense it.
So what? It's none of your affair. I have work to do, and these are the tools I need. I finally found them.
Oh, Sora, whatever it is you're planning, it's not too late to stop. You're clearly very upset. Oh, my love, you've carried this all alone. Let me help you. Give me the arrows.
No, get out of here. I will do this. You will not stop me.
My beautiful one, I'm loath to use my magic against you. But I must remind you that if you force my hand, I can
No, don't touch me.
Ow! Did you change your armor? Is that iron?
I couldn't risk it. Please leave. I don't want you to see this, but I have to do it.
Do what?
Take the shot.
No. What's over there? Oh no! Oh, Sora, no! How can you even fire an arrow into the cave from here? It's not possible.
There is a keyhole entrance in the side of the cave. Just big enough.
Sora, no!
Ever since I figured out the caster was trying to change into a dragon, I knew they must have gotten the idea from someone. And it was just a matter of time before those two went somewhere where she'd have to put on her human glamour.
But how did you even know they'd be there? Were you listening?
I did what I had to do.
I'm sorry. No!
I have to stop you.
You can't.
What?
I have to do this, Hyacinth. Come on, dragon. Line it up for me.
Sora, it's just a foolish grudge. Let go of it.
It's more than that.
What's that on your hand? I've never seen that before. What is this? More dark magic. It's not poison. It's not a curse. It's a void.
I swore a blood oath. It's a long story. But if I don't do this, if I don't take her down...
No. It's spreading.
Yeah. Please forgive me.
No!
What on earth was that? Do you know those voices, Treasure? Are they coming from the pool? Or are they traveling in on the wind? Through this? It's almost as if it's a window. Stop. I don't think you can move it. Made by boreal warlocks. No, I can't turn back into a dragon. There's not enough room. Carry me outside. No. Ice curses. My fire is gone. It's too late. Treasure. I love you. You mustn't spoil the ending. That wouldn't be any fun.
Did I do it? Oh, there you are. Oh, my stars. Oh, I'm a bit dizzy.
Lady Hyacinth, what are you doing here?
Well, I believe if I did this correctly, I've reversed time by about a minute, which means I do beg your pardon, Your Majesty.
What was that? Yes, Treasure, I see that it is an arrow, but why would an arrow turn the entire wall to ice? Hyacinth,
What was that about reversing time? You've been holding out on us, Princess. What other tricks do you have up your gossamer sleeves?
Well, I've never been able to do it before, but I had all that time alone in the Griffin's palace, and I borrowed a few spell books, and I studied, and it was all in the hopes that I might go back someday and fix what happened to my mother, you see.
Ah, yes, young one. But that moment is set back a much greater distance and sealed by the bond of life and death.
Yes, I do understand. Are you all right, Your Majesty?
Yes, thanks to you, it appears. I am in your debt. What can I do to repay you?
Only, please, do not seek vengeance on my Sora. She had no choice. Or rather, she had a choice, but a terrible one. No, Caster. I promise you needn't worry that she'll try again. I shall be taking her far away to seek a cure for her, for lack of a better word, her curse. Yes, I will return to my father's court first.
What curse beleaguers your huntress?
In her anger against your kind, she sought counsel, power, and she swore a blood oath to someone called the Shadow Lord.
Shadow Lord?
I don't know, but there is a dark stain, a wound, spreading from the palm of her hand. But I believe, I hope, as long as she thinks Your Majesty is
dead.
Yes, it should keep the curse at bay. Oh, yes, Caster, the Moonstone may help a great deal. That would be wonderful. Are you sure you can spare it? Thank you.
It's all right, treasure. I'm not jealous of an innocent kiss. In fact, Princess, come here.
Your Majesty?
Here. Let me embrace you.
Oh!
I have not been soft with you. But you are not as fragile as you appear, are you? You tamed the wild huntress, and you shall find your cure. You once offered me a kiss.
Yes, what?
I give you my mark.
Oh! Ow!
I should have warned you. It does burn for a moment. But now, let it fade. And you need only show it when you so desire.
Oh, thank you. What does it do?
Any dragon you encounter must offer you passage, shelter, information, whatever you need, on my orders as queen, or there will be consequences.
Oh, well, that is quite a... I will use it wisely, I promise.
I'm sure you will. Farewell, Princess.
Oh, Caster, I will miss you. I promise we shall come back someday. Sora is not well. Her mind and her heart are more troubled than I knew. You're right. She did. But I know what it's like to have those who are meant to love you turn their backs on you because of a mistake you made in the throes of grief. I cannot do that to her. She wasn't free to make her choices properly. I must know for sure if she can be cured of the curse, this vendetta. I want the woman you saw in the treehouse. She's in there somewhere. I will fight for her.
See that you do, and come back to us. Both of you.
Goodbye.
Well. What are you doing? Treasure, what's got into you? I can't say that I mind, but it's hardly the mood I expected at this... Oh, I see. Yes, I'm fine. All in one piece. Perfectly well. And... hot. Are you all right, my dearest? Yes, strange portents. Here, take my hands. Treasure, we have very narrowly avoided something terrible, but all I can think about is how grateful I am. Yes, I was very nearly struck down, frozen, all the fire erased from within me, but one thing saved me. What? Hyacinth? No. Yes, that was a very clever bit of magic, but that's not what... Treasure. You could have left me. In your time of purification, I had no control. There was a chill in my core every time you left the cave. Whenever I was not in your presence, I could not feel you. And I confess, I did try, Treasure. Where you are concerned, I am as weak as a mewling kitten. And I could not help myself. I reached out time and again to see you, but you were shielded by the stone. So even if I wanted to call you back, I could not. What saved me? Every time I saw your face smiling at me, returning home, that is what saved me. You kept my fire burning. Well, then for all practical purposes, your friendship with the Seelie saved my life today. And so still, you are the key to all of it. Shall we fly? Off we go then.